What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the EA FC Career Mode. It's the season finale as we wrap up our 11th year of the save today, where of course we'll be taking on AC Milan in the Europa League final on the back of our win over Sevilla over 2 legs in the semi. Of course Milan overtook their rivals Inter, so once again we will take on Milan for the second year in a row in the European final, this time Europa League, not Champions League, and Cox and Long are going head to head as well. Before that though, we've got the small matter of the final 3 Premier League games. We're aiming to wrap up the title today. We're coming back right before the Sunday game, however, against Chelsea, because with 3 games to go, if Brighton fail to beat Middlesbrough, we'll already be champions heading into that game. So we'll advance through together and see if we've already wrapped the title up or not. No, we haven't. Brighton still, mathematically, if you're playing devil's advocate, could still just about pip us to the title, but it's going to require them to win their final 2 and us to lose 3 on the bounce. I feel confident we'll get it done today. First, the final 3 in the league. Chelsea at home, where all we need is a point to be Premier League champions. Let's get it done, and we can throw the rest of the 2 games to the side in preparation for that European final. Come on, you Atters, let's win that Premier League. So after the loss away at Goodison yesterday, Chelsea's inconsistent start under Pochettino continuing. I saw all the memes on social media. Can we just give Deitch the credit he deserves? You know, forget about Chelsea for a second and the loss there. What a job he is doing at Goodison, man. Honestly, I mean, seriously, after keeping them up last season, to take them to where they are right now, outside the bottom 3, after a 10-point deduction. It's incredible. He's just done tremendous work since coming in, and he's continued it. And despite the points deduction, you know, he's been unfazed by that and just done his job. 3 wins on the trot now. He's been brilliant for Everton. A fantastic fit there. And taking over from Lampard, I don't think the Everton fans could have asked for anyone better to have come in. He's been tremendous, and I think he deserves I've always been a fan of his, and I think he deserves a lot of credit for his work. He's been brilliant. As Pavel smashes one just wide. Whilst this is going to be 3 draws in a row in the league, it's not exactly amazing form, but stumbling over the line, doesn't matter how you get there so long as you do. It's the destination, not the journey. We are very close to arriving at that final stop, which is Premier League champions. I can't stand that quote. It's one of my least favourite quotes that people often bandit around on social media. It's the journey, not the destination, you know? It's like, no, seriously, give me my marriage, kids, house, and well-paying job now. I don't care about this stint of my life. I don't want it. I don't want to remember this. I don't want to be living through it. I just want to get to that point right now. Seriously. I want it over and done with. It's not the journey, it's the destination. And our destination is Premier League champions. This has been shocking. Absolutely shocking of a game to start off with. And all we've got to do is close out this attack for Chelsea, and that will be done. Premier League title in the bag. Yep, and that is going to do it. The destination has been reached, albeit with 3 slip-ups in a row on the way to get there. Doesn't matter how you cross the finish line though, so long as you do. And the fans might not be happy about it, but it doesn't matter. We've already done it. What is it? We've done it. We only needed a point. We've done it. It's over. It's 7-point gap with 2 to go. It's finished. And yes, I know we're not supposed to lift it into the final home game, which is the final game of the season against the Magpies. But even so, what I'm not happy about is there were no celebrations there. What are they complaining for? It's done. I wanted to see the boys leaping and jumping around. Even so, following game, Spurs away, North London. Still going to play the final 2 games anyway and see how many points we can get to in the season. Whilst we shouldn't lift the title away in North London, that should be saved for the final game. I do want to at least win one of my final 5 games after 3 straight draws. Come on, you Hatters. I can understand no trophy celebrations, but why nobody was celebrating at all? That's what I don't understand. It's like, Gaffer, we've won the league title. No. Lads, I need you focused for the game against Spurs on Wednesday night. Yeah, but, you know, what a season. You know, we've been dominant. Don't care. Stay focused, man. Spurs away. Got to win that one. We don't need to. Don't care. Don't want to see anyone celebrating. Just focus on the week. goodness, this has been shocking. Absolutely shocking. But in well, it's one of the worst runs of form of the season. I guess if nothing else, I'm lucky to know it's not really going to matter either way. That's a great ball by Kowalski, that, by the way. Can I? Yeah, there we go. Slipping through. This for the win. No, and it's cleared, and that is going to do it. My goodness, 4 draws on the trot. I don't know how on earth we beat Milan in the final, considering they're probably still the best team in the save. Why are we not celebrating any of these results, though? I know they're not wins, but titles in the bag, and the boys don't seem to be bothered. Absolutely nothing. Like, stone-faced. They do not seem one bit bothered. So, final game, and it's done. We're 5. We know. Why am I even saying that? We know it's been done for the past game, but even so, we should see celebrations for this one then. So Magpies owns our final game, and annoyingly, Europa League final actually comes on Wednesday night and not next weekend. So with that being the case, I will have to rest most of my starters for this, but I want to make sure that Cox plays the 90 because I want him to lift the trophy. That's so annoying. I just have to make sure he plays at a walking pace in this game. But I think probably the early starter for this one. Magpies match day 38. And if we don't see celebrations here, I'm going to be livid, man. We haven't had any celebrations yet. But this is a little bit bizarre, if I'm being honest. Like, I've never had this before. It's practically always like a little, huddle celebration or just anything really, but instead it's been nothing, like absolutely nothing. Again, I take the point, we haven't won. Great stop, Kaczmarek on Oscar Bob. We haven't won the games, but even though a draw is not devastating, especially when it clinches the title. And this is why I did not want to play many of my starters. I've got Garner out there, Kaczmarek, though he's not going to get an injury, of course, being a goalkeeper. Morris goes down early, but this is why I did not want to play my starters ahead of that game against Milan on Wednesday night. With all the injuries we've had, I knew one was coming in this game, and thankfully it won't be to one of my starters. So Coxie, no 50-50 duels, please. You keep yourself wrapped up in bubble wrap. I am not seeing you get injured for the final. Yeah, because it's only 3 days before the final. What a save by Kaczmarek again, and then Oscar Bob's shot is blocked, and again. And this time, Kaczmarek pounces on the ball. That's brilliant goalkeeping once again from Piotr. Because it's only 3 days between now and the Europa League final, it doesn't even matter if the injury is just a bruise. They still wouldn't be able to play because there's just not long enough of a turnaround. As Shirky gets a shot away, and that's also blocked, and the Magpies will clear. So any injury whatsoever, even just a bruise, and they'll still not be able to play any part of that final. That's why, I didn't want to start anyone out there, although I have got a couple, because I could really do with a win after none in my last 4 in the league. Abysmal form. I don't see how we beat Milan playing this way. No chance. It's been horrific once again. Get this league season over. It's a soft free kick. Get this league season over and done with, man. Honestly, this has been horrible. Absolutely horrible. And as things stand, we're set for 5 straight draws to close the campaign out. Listen, actually, do you know what? I now defend my players. I wouldn't be celebrating this sort of form. This has been abysmal. Title or not, it's been shocking. But Jolton off the bench. Yes! Don't want to go into that final on the back of 5 straight draws in the league. Toby with the opener. Luton going from. And that is going to do it. It's not going to be a convincing win, but it's a much needed win, all things considered, because of a horrific run of form, and it means we won't go into that Europa League final on a run of 5 straight draws. Championship in the bag, and this time we will finally see some celebration. That's absolutely bizarre, man. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Literally, even when we'd wrapped it up, there was still no celebration. That's bizarre. I don't think I'd ever seen that before. But finally, better late than never. And like I always say, it's the destination, not the journey. Don't let those Instagram influencers tell you otherwise. Job done. Premier League champions on the return. Yep, it's my second least favourite quote of all time. Just below, money doesn't buy you happiness. What a load of shit. Honestly, I'm not going to remember a goalless draw away against Nottingham Forest, but I'm going to remember this. Our second PL title of the save in our comeback year with Luton Town. And to be honest, I mean, it was one of those seasons where we didn't really dominate per se. We won it with 26 wins in 38. It's impressive, don't get me wrong, finishing 7 clear of Brighton in the end, but nobody really gave us that much of a challenge. I mean, once we got away, around a third of the way or a quarter of the way through the season, about a third of the way I'd say, through the season, no one really was able to stay with us. Okay, fair enough, Brighton was sort of, within touching distance, or they're sort of like within touching distance of being within touching distance, if that makes sense. But other than that, nobody really threatened us too much towards the end of the season. And once we beat Brighton in that game as well, power core, that was kind of like the dagger, if you will, where we knew it was just going to be a case of when, not if. Luton Town, Premier League champions, and Cocksmith gets his hands on it. Absolutely buzzing to see it. But it's hopefully the first of a double, a League and European double, right before that Europa League final. So yeah, buzzing. My number one job coming back with Luton this year was to try and win him that Premier League title. Hopefully a domestic cup alongside it as well, but I really wanted to win that championship, and that's exactly what we've done. So we'll look at the final Premier League table then ahead of that Europa League final. By the way, Gavin Morris's injury was a broken toe, 3 months. This is why I didn't want to risk anyone on the final day. He's done for 3 months. You'll see the league table now, 7 clear of Brighton in second, and again a whopping 17 clear of Man City and 20 clear of Manchester United. I think they were touch and go with us in the first half of the season. They really fell off it in the second. Fulham wrapped up the Europa League place with West Ham in 6th and the Gunners in 7th. Liverpool just outside of a European place alongside Chelsea United and Villa wrapping up the top 10. But you would have noticed during the season, Spurs had a really poor campaign, finishing in 15th place, only 6 points off the drop zone. The bottom 3 in the end, the Borough, we already knew that, the Canaries and the Foxes right back down to the Championship as well. And as you see, the top scorer in the end was Viper at Brighton. I said they've got an amazing team, man, so not surprised they'll run us up. And I definitely think Kowalczyk would have won the Golden Boot had he not got his injury. But Cox was the top creator this season with 17 assists all year long. And Kaczmarek, Golden Glove winner with 20 in his first season back. Still falling 4 short of Petr Cech's 24 record way back when. So, yeah, this will do it then. Our final game of the season and my first ever Europa League final of the save as well. And it's only fitting it's my second final against AC Milan. They might have been humbled in the Champions League this year, getting knocked out, finishing 3rd in their group. But once they dropped into the Europa League, they were definite favourites to win it, and I'd say they're favourites tonight as well. Just like us, they've won their league title, and now they're going for a League and European double as the teams meet here in Anfield for the final game of the season between the pair. So AC Milan are lining up in a 4-3-3. Interestingly enough, Mike is on the bench, but Piersman is in goal, and the back four is Patterson, Schlotterbeck now 88 overall, Scalvini, and Larry Bennett, that Canadian left back as well. The midfield trio is Ugarte, a new-gen Martinez, that's a Spaniard signed from Barcelona, and of course Ryan Gravenberch back in Anfield. And the front three is new-gen Cruz, not sure who he's the regen of, and the wing, of course, the inside duo of Gabriel Long and Rafael Leao. Final game, it's the Europa League final as Cox goes head-to-head with Long. Luton vs Milan. Let's get our revenge after our loss with Sociedad last season and win my first Europa League of the save. Come on, you Hatters. So top left there, Long, a familiar face. Yep, Long vs Cox, first battle between the pair of the save. Oh, this is a good chance he'll be lining up in Luton colours next season. He'd love to battle with Milan with yet another League and European double. As Leao rolls it inside, and the shot's well blocked and headed clear by Giles. Still 0-0, but tense opening quarter of an hour at Anfield. Just like the Champions League final with Sociedad. Oh, this really could go either way. Can't split the teams here. Easy, yep, Mario, and that's going to keep his ball. Yep, well in Kaczmarek. Not going to lose that battle with Long going up for the aerial duel. Still 0-0. 23 minutes in. And at the moment, I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not going to lie, man. I don't go into that many games with a 5-star team feeling like the underdog. In fact, I very rarely do. This will be one of the only times I do. But this game, I definitely do. Like, this Milan side is unbelievable. And of course, we built most of it. So, yeah, I'm feeling a bit tense out there. I could do with a chance in the first half of some sort to give me some confidence, but that's going to be at least a booking. And do you know, former teammates going head to head with Long and Simons, it's just a booking. On another night, he could have been sent off for that. It was a scissor kind of tackle from behind. On another night, that could have been a straight red there. Gabriel Long on a booking. That's something we'll keep our eyes on there. With the pace we've got and him playing the game with such a fast intensity, definitely wondering if we should target that. But what a ball that is by Martinez. What a save that is by Piotr. Denying Liao going through after an amazing through ball. Still 0-0, but it's Milan looking the better team out there. I've struggled in this first half and haven't created a single opportunity yet. I remember in the CL final, we took a very early lead with Sociedad through Zakaria, and this game not quite being the same as Long. Oh! It's denied by Piotr, and it's still 0-0. Feeling aggressive on the back of getting that early yellow. Almost giving Milan the lead. Still goalless, but at this rate, it's just a matter of time. It's great work from Shirky, though, to head it on for himself. And turn, and cross. Simons! Oh! Blocked by Scalvini, and turn behind for cross. My first half chance, if you will, of the entire half, and it's still goalless. Oh, and Simons, ex-Milan man, heads well off target. Still 0-0, but okay, a little bit more encouraging to end that first half, a little bit more assertive, getting up the pitch, getting a half chance, but really, I'd say we're lucky to still be tied at 0-0. I'll need to play a lot better in this second, otherwise I'm sure Milan will open the scoring not before long. Had not been for that man, we'd be at least a goal down, no doubt. So second half underway. As Christensen finds Hoffman, encouraged by the way we ended the first half. Oh, it's going to drop to Kovalcic, players out of play. Oh. What I wanted to say, but my words kind of failed me, was ref, please let us continue play. I don't know what it sounded like, but it definitely wasn't as coherent as that. Still 0-0, good save. And up it goes. Simons will be onside there. Oh, free volley! Maldonado blocks. Hoffman puts it wide as he kind of scuffs it to centre half. And he knows that kind of fell to the wrong man. Still 0-0, but a good end to the first half and a very good start to the second. This is more like it. Okay, Milan might be favourites, but we're still a 5-star team. We're still Premier League champions. Oh, it's going to be handball off Kovalcic. Much better. Marry up you get, mate. Ooh, comes off second best there. As we're still deadlocked. You might actually have noticed he's just hit 90 overall, by the way, so I'll make sure to show you his full attributes come the end of the finale today. But as things stand, still deadlocked, but a really good end to the first half and a really good start to the second. But Gabriel Long goes up with Kaczmarek. Piotr just about beats him to the ball. And we're still deadlocked. And this is tense here at Anfield. This is tense. Hang on. Joe Cox! Luton lead at Anfield! Cox 1, Long 0. Luton your first blood in the northwest. It's a really nice move. Shirky into Kovalcic. Cox drags his man out, finds a bit of space as Schlotterbeck fails to come back into the picture and just about keeps his composure to give us the opening goal. It's been all Luton really in the second half, and I think you'd have to say, despite a poor beginning to the game, we've turned it on its head and deserved to lead. 4 in as many games in Europe. Luton in front, 22 to go as Liao is getting replaced. The question is, can we hold on to this? Gabriel Long, it's all eyes on him. How does he respond? He's been sensational all season long. Way, poor pass there, we'll take that back, thank you very much. He's been sensational all season long. You know, we have had a couple of patches of inconsistency this season, no doubt about that. Oh, hang on. Shh, Docks, what are you doing, mate? Come on. And obviously a lot of injuries too, but Cox has stayed injury-free for the most part. And consistent all year long. And he might well be leading me to my first Europa League, and I'll be joining Jose Mourinho as only managers that have won all 3 major European competitions: Conference, Champions and Europa League. 12 on the clock, almost there. Not made any subs, don't feel the need to right now, because we are looking reasonably in control. Milan have kind of ran out of ideas, but now that I've said that, good block, and put behind for a corner. 10 to go, making my first change, just in case it goes to extra time. I don't want to make too many alterations, but Shirky off for Amos, who, to be fair, has been pretty solid for me this season as a squad player. Still leading by 1. Can we hang on to the victory? Gabriel Long, all eyes on him, pegs it to the edge. Nathan Patterson, blocked by Maldonado. Cox taken to the floor, shot blocked and cleared away. And almost there. Oh, no. Yes, well in, Amos. 4 on the clock. You might as well stay with me for this. Milan looking to force extra time. Luton clinging on to a 1-goal lead. Oh, no. No. Yeah, that's it. Well, how is that a free kick? How is that a free kick? Where's the infringement? Where is the infringement there? How, oh, not Goncalo Ramos, man. Flashbacks. Where is the foul there, though? How on earth is that a foul? Oh, what a bullet header away. Come on. It's over. Game, oh, just hoof it. Come on. Get in. Jose Mourinho, move over. You've got company. Luton win it, courtesy of Cox. And the first and possibly only battle between Cox and Long sees Joel come out on top. Tough, tense final against 2 of the best in the world. But Joel Cox's winner gives us the league and European double and my first Europa League. Get in! In the first and perhaps only battle between Cox and Long, it's Joel who comes out on top courtesy of his game winner with 22 on the clock. And whilst it only finishes a 1-0 score, that was a heck of a final, man, honestly. Had Kaczmarek not been on his game, had my finishing been slightly better, there definitely would have been more goals than that one. But in the end, Luton run out winners with the league and European double. My first Europa League of the save as well. And it's major if at first you don't succeed, try again vibes. Season 4, preliminary round, knocked out with Luton in this competition by Bayer Leverkusen. Season 7, and our first with AC Milan, knocked out in the quarters by Eintracht Frankfurt. My third attempt in this competition sees us go all the way to claim the grand prize. Joel Cox wins the Europa League for Luton Town, and you best believe, like back in 2016 when the Warriors were beaten in the NBA Finals, Draymond Green calling Kevin Durant, let's just say heading into next season, Gabriel Long will be calling Joel Cox and saying, can I come back, can I return? Don't worry about it, Gabriel. You didn't let yourself down out there, and you're still my main target for next season. So, yep, there we go then. Really good final. Really good final as we come out with the silverware. Buzzing with that. And I have to say, I really feel as though how we not won it as well this season. I wouldn't necessarily say it would have been a failure. Absolutely not. You know, my main goal this season coming back was being Premier League champions. And I kind of wanted to win one of the domestic cups as well. I bottled the Carabao Cup final, no doubt about that. But I wanted something else alongside it. Either a League Cup, an FA Cup, or a Europa League. One of the 3. And whilst I'm being honest here, I think I probably would have preferred one of the domestic cups because you know my performances, my record in those have been so poor, especially with Luton. I guess I'm not going to say no to joining Jose Mourinho as only one of 2 managers that have won all 3 of the major European trophies available. Conference, Champions, and now Europa League as well. So a League and Europa League double is how we'll close out season 11, and Luton Town going to next season knowing we are League and Europa League double winners as well. Let's see who won the Champions and the Conference, and we'll end on that. Yep, as we wrap up the season officially, obviously we know the Carabao Cup was won by Manchester City, beating us in the final by 1-0, and they also completed a domestic cup double this year as well, beating Brighton in the final of the FA Cup to claim both the League and FA Cup this season. As for the Conference League, you'll see the last 8, the Final 4, and the final itself, where Juventus won it this year, beating Monaco in the final. Obviously, you just saw the conclusion of the Europa League, but for those that may not have been here for the entire season, we topped our group undefeated, even though we drew 3 of the games. We made it through the last 16 against Galatasaray by a goal, then knocked out PSV in the quarters, overcame Sevilla, the record winners in the semis, and then of course that 1-0 win in the finals, seeing us win my first ever Europa League. And as for the Champions League, I'm going to run you through the entire stages here, because this was a really interesting season where Sociedad made it through, Dortmund and Real Madrid from Group B, Barca and PSG from Group C, Milan, as we know, were knocked out in Group D, Marseille and Frankfurt making it through. Atletico and Man City in Group E, Manchester United and Lazio in Group F, Bayern and Liverpool in Group G, and Group H saw Brighton make it through alongside Leverkusen. As for the last 16, well, as you'll see, some blockbuster ties in here, which led into the quarterfinals, where Man City made it through, Frankfurt demolished, and I mean demolished, Paris Saint-Germain. Atletico and Real also made it to the Final 4 where they played each other, and after Real set up a final against Frankfurt, overcoming Man City and PSG, they also beat Real Madrid in the final. Now that is the definition of the hardest road. Fair play, Eintracht Frankfurt. That is a Champions League well deserved. That's incredible. For those curious on the other leagues, before we show the final look at the squad, here is how League 2 finished for my Football League watchers. You'll see League 1 here as well, where Stoke were champions of the 3rd tier this season. And of course, you have the Championship here, where Bournemouth were champions, Wolves runners up, and the playoffs will be the Blades, the Eagles, the Hornets, and the Saints as well in the 2nd tier this season. As for Ligue 1, well, as per PSG, champions finishing 11 clear of Toulouse to win Ligue 1 this year. The Bundesliga was won by Leverkusen. Are they going to do it this year in real life as well? Still top, still undefeated. Bayern having that massive defeat on the weekend. My goodness. Who would have thought Leverkusen would be the ones to end the dominance? Not Dortmund after last season. Dortmund in the end obviously losing on the final day. The Serie A Milan were Serie A champions, to be fair. So that's now 5-6 for them now after reclaiming it after Inter won last season. So they might have lost the Europa League final, but still on top in Italy, courtesy of another Serie A championship. And for those curious about, we'll do the Eredivisie first actually. The Eredivisie, Heerenveen champions this year. Very interesting indeed. And as for we'll do the Portuguese league actually, and the Scottish Premier League as well. Sporting were champions of the Liga Portugal. The Scottish Premier League saw Rangers 2 points clear of Celtic and Hearts. And as for the Liga, Sociedad were not champions this year. It was Real Madrid with Barca runners up and Valencia in 4th as well. So some interesting league tables there. So yes, we'll end season 11 with one final look at the squad, and as you'll see, our final run through here. Wow, what a team we've got, man. Absolutely amazing. Maldonado hitting 90 right at the end. You love to see that. Christensen, I believe, is on the cusp. Kaczmarek, is now up to 92 overall, and he showcased that in the Europa League final as well. Really, the only problems we had this year was the depth. I mean, we had quite a lot of injuries. You know, for the final, for example, missing both Anderson, Young, and also Morris, if you want, as well. And we had a lot of injuries during the season for other players as well. Kowalczyk, Shirky going down. You know, quite a lot of injuries too. Really, I'd say the only issue we had this year was with the squad depth. So heading into the new season with a 25-man squad, we've got DK and Soulé about to retire. That young French centre-half, I'm letting him go on a free transfer. I'm not too concerned about him. I don't think he's worth keeping, to be honest here. I would say the only thing we need to do next year, I predicted Giles is going to retire at the end of next season as well, now 34 and down to 81 overall. The only thing I would say we were missing this year is the depth. We had the quality. Several players in the 90s, an amazing team, really strong defence, good midfield, great going forward as well. But there were a few senior players here, and yes, I bought one back in Dan Ballard, but really, what we need next year is depth. I don't really want to sell anyone in the summer. I don't think I will sell anyone in the summer. I really like the squad, but what we need is a little bit more quality in depth. If we get that sorted, I've got no doubt whatsoever, we won't just be targeting a double. We won't just be targeting a treble, we'll be targeting a quad, and I stand by that as well, because we are on the cusp of, I would say, becoming the highest rated team in the entire save right now. The only thing that was the negative this year was the amount of injuries we had to cope with, which showcased our lack of depth, and I would say it's partly why we didn't win those domestic cups as well. Missing Pavel for that Carabao Cup final and the FA Cup quarter against Man City as well. Yeah, I'm not going to say it's the reason we failed to win, but it's one of the big reasons we didn't. Mario, by the way, now 90 overall. Such a shame. He might not get any better, but oh my goodness. I have said, by the way, I've been considering possibly converting into a ball-playing defender. He could do that. He could definitely do that. 91 jumping, 98 strength. The only thing that lets him down, really, is the slightly low composure and the slightly lower than great heading accuracy stat. Other than that, where's the downside? As a BPD, this guy would be an absolutely amazing ball-playing defender in the back line, but he is mainly a CDM, and I prefer to keep him there, to be honest. But yeah, it's an amazing team, and there's no doubt about it. For next year, we would like to add some more depth. Definitely, for sure, that's my main target, but for sure as well, I know how much you guys want me to re-sign Gabriel, and I've seen the comments, I've read the comments, I know how much you guys want him to return. I know a lot of you want Abdullah to return as well. I don't know if we'll be able to afford the pair of them, but I'll definitely do my best. Long, for sure, my number one target for next year, and if we've got the cash remaining as well, I'll also go after Abdullah as well. Long, Abdullah, possibly Bianco at Leicester as well. I'd love to get to use him because I never really got to in the end. But for sure, Gabriel Long next year. He'll be putting a Kevin Durant going from the Thunder to the Warriors, man. But not a great analogy. But he's definitely my number one target. And hopefully, I'll have enough cash to bring in Abdullah alongside him as well. And maybe even Bennett as well as a fullback as a replacement for Giles. I'd quite like him as well. But that is going to do it for Season 11, guys. So massive thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the finale and the season as a whole, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I will be returning in the next episode with Season 12. Is this the year? Is this the save where I do the full 15 seasons? I've never done it before, but it may well be. We're going into our 12th season. It's our longest save regardless. But for Season 12, on the back of the Premier League, we'll be going for it back to back. And I'll be going for the quad next year as well. So on the treble, I think we've got the team to go for the quad. And that will be my target for next year. We need to continue progressing and continue to take Luton to heights they've never been to before. Have a fantastic day, guys. Thank you for the support during Season 11, and hope you enjoyed the fun finale as well. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the start of Season 12 with the summer transfer window very soon. What a finale. That was brilliant.